All right, I hope I add myself to the stream here. All right, so thank you everybody for coming. This is Epic Talk, and my name is Timothy Phelps, in case you didn't already know. And today we're going to talk a little bit about fear, and I'm going to kind of give it in a new light because, of course, we're everything that we're talking about right now, we are kind of implementing it into a sense of a car and the car ride. So today we're talking about fear, kind of going to give a new spin on it, a new way to look at things. So without further ado, let's get started.
If you're driven with ambition, ready to elevate yourself, then Timothy Phelps can help. It's time to get comfortable being uncomfortable to see life clearer. You can't drive into the future looking through that rearview mirror.
All right. Thank you, everybody who is watching live, whether you're on any of the platforms, it doesn't matter. We're just glad that you're here. This is Epic Talk. Now, I know a lot of people have talked recently about, I've had a lot of conversations, people talking about, they love the thought process and how, I help them to think of things a little bit differently. But I've heard a lot of people say that, they struggle with, finding time to set aside 30 minutes to an hour, however long it lasts. So I've decided I'm going to try to take these down just a little bit, just kind of give a quick thought. Let's go. If it's a day that I have a special guest planned or anything, we'll do the quick thought of the day, let them say something about the thought or whatever, and then we can go into the interview. And if people have time to stick around, great. Hopefully they do if we have a special guest, though. So anyways, just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Of course, if you have a question or a topic that you would like to see discussed live on the show, you can email me at timothy@coachphelpscanhelp.com. And of course, if you ever want to come on the show, definitely let me know. I'd love to have special guests, whether it be someone who's just wanting to ask some questions, whether it be somebody who is wanting to help answer some questions. So without further ado, let's move forwards with the talking about fear. Okay, so as I'm thinking of fear, I think about the brake and the gas pedals of a vehicle. Now, the reason being is a lot of people are either one-sided. They say, well, fear's a defense mechanism and, you should follow that, At the same time, you have other people who say, kind of like I say a lot, get comfortable being uncomfortable. But they're so one-sided. They're like, they're only talking about fear being things that should, that you should push you or something. Fear is a built-in defense mechanism. It is. There are good fears. You're all alone walking in a strange neighborhood and there's a shortcut to go down an alleyway. It's a dark alleyway and you see, as you turn the corner, you see there's a figure down in the alley, a dark figure, that shadowy figure. You can't tell who it is or what it is even. Yeah, it might be a good idea not to walk down that alley. That is a good defense mechanism, fear. That is when you hit the brake pedal. So it is okay to hit the brake pedal when it is for defense. Now, there are times, of course, our defense fear mechanism comes up and there is nothing to be afraid of. Have you ever been walking like that, say late at night? Because late at night's the easiest time to do it because of the fact that, it's dark, there's those shadows and stuff. But you ever been walking and that, you've got to go this way and, you see this shadowy figure. Maybe you think it's some kind of animal or that you may be afraid of, or maybe you think there's a person there and, so you walk with caution, but you have to keep walking, and as you get closer, you realize it wasn't nothing anyways. Maybe it was a tree or maybe it was a trash can or, it happens. It happens. So, that comes up quite a bit, but there are other types of fears as well. And I like to call them unconscious fears. So we have the conscious fears, things such as spiders, snakes, that's a defense mechanism. There's the unconscious fears. Some people have the unconscious fear of being in front of a video camera, speaking in public. And I'm using those because those were my two biggest fears. Of course, you see that I do it all the time now. I'm always on camera. I speak in front of people all the time now. But those were my two biggest fears. Unconscious wise, I didn't really have any conscious fears that I could think of besides maybe something happening to my kids. Of course, I think every parent has that. But, when it comes to the unconscious, those were my two biggest fears. But I knew deep down that I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I had to start getting on video. I had to start speaking in public, because if my dreams were to come true and I was going to be successful in life and in my career, I had to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So I started pushing myself. I started using that fear. Instead of hitting that brake pedal, I hit the gas pedal. I let it be the driving force that ran me straight towards it. Did the things that made me uncomfortable. A couple of years ago, if y'all remember, some of y'all may watch me a lot. Some of you may be newer, may not know this, but a couple of years ago, I was still struggling with being on camera. I was still struggling with public speaking. I was getting myself used to it, but I was trying my best to force myself to get uncomfortable. And I actually had applied for a reality TV show. I went to a live casting call because that scared me to death, just thinking about it. Because I knew I was going to have to speak in front of people. I knew I was going to have to be on camera because they was going to be recording everything. It scared me just thinking about it. So I did it because I didn't think I would make it at that time because, for one, I was too nervous. But I wanted to push myself. I wanted to think of the things that made me the most uncomfortable and then push myself to do them so that I could get comfortable being uncomfortable, so that now I can bring to you epic talks. I get in front of people and help people. That is what it's all about. If there's something that you know that you need to do to catapult you to the next level, but it makes you uncomfortable, don't retreat. Hit that gas pedal and start living your most epic life. Y'all have a blessed day, and we will talk to you next week. Remember, if you got a topic or you want to come live, email me right here. Well, where's it at? How can I do that? Ooh, that's hard to do. Timothy@CoachPhelpsCanHelp.com. Y'all have a blessed day. We will see you next week. Bye.
Believes that everyone has obstacles in which they must overcome in life. He believes that everyone needs someone in their corner. With God and massive ambition, Phelps knows that anyone can overcome the odds. So if you're looking to elevate yourself, Phelps can.